Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Francisco? Another week.
Hola Jorge, muy
Hola.
buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. How's everything over there? I'm fine here.
Here is everything going on fantastico. So ready to talk about nobody else than Miguel de Unamuno.
Whoa,
Ooh,
what a character.
what a philosopher. Let's
Yeah.
get some music
Yes.
and let's start.
Okay. We'll be back in a second. Well, Francisco, you said that we're going to talk about Miguel de Unamuno. I'm not aware if our listeners could find that name kind of familiar, but here in Spain, that is a big name, isn't it?
It is. He's considered to be the most influential modern philosopher from Spain.
That's right, yeah. He had a tumultuous life regarding a few things, religion, politics, including his feeling towards the country. He was misunderstood many times. I know you are very much into him regarding everything because he's Basque, as you are. He was born in the Basque country. But please just let us know a little intro about him, either generic or very expanded explanation.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Before so before we talk about him, okay, he was born in 1864. Okay, so this is the end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. It is a tumultuous moment in the history of Europe. Okay, it's a moment where these big monarchies around Europe start crumbling down. It's a moment where science is taking over. I mean, it's a
Hmm.
moment where rationalism is the thing. Science can give all the answers. And when we say science can give all the answers, we also say that can answer everything, meaning the existence of God or the
Yeah,
non-existence of God. So
sure.
there's a lot of turbulent changes in
A
people's
few,
minds
a
at this
few,
moment.
yeah.
So this is when he is born. Okay. So he's born 1864. He's born in Bilbao. And in this moment in Spain, we do have a big problem. We have one king who has one daughter, Isabella II,
Hmm.
and we start having all of these wars. Okay. In Spain, we have what we know them as Carlist wars or succession wars.
Succession wars, yeah, that's right.
In 1874, when he's only 10 years old, the city of Bilbao, his hometown, is seized. Okay, by the Carlists, and the city gets bombed. Okay, in this moment, he, as a young kid, a very special kid. Okay, he's a very huge intellectual. He reads a lot, but he confronts fear. He confronts death, and he starts questioning the end of life, the end of the way it was, right? And he's only 10 years old. Yeah.
Francisco, how do we know that he was questioning all that? If there's any records,
Well,
was
he
it
wrote a lot.
with his professors, with teachers, publicly? How was that?
So he wrote a lot later in his life, and he talked that this war got traumatized for him. And it is
Hmm.
a moment when he doubted the whole thing. It was like, what's going on? Life, death. And especially being Basque, Jorge, that Basque country, we are a little bit square-headed. Yes, a little bit.
No, you're not. How can you say
Everything
that?
goes by the rule. I mean, here everything goes by the rule, and it's a very religious. I mean, by tradition, culturally, the Basque community we have always been very Catholics, and all of
Mhm.
this starts like crumbling down inside of his brain. Anyway, he grows up, he becomes a young man, and by the age of 27, he becomes a catedrático. How do you say that?
Like
A professor.
almost a principal, huh? Isn't it?
He's
It's
he's the
just a
boss.
charge under the principal, isn't it?
Okay, yes, he's the one under the principal. There we go. in this university in Salamanca. Okay, he is in charge of the department of Greek language, ancient Greek. Okay,
Greek.
mhm.
Wow.
So he's a big brain. Okay, but
Yeah.
by the time he arrives to Salamanca, he is a big rationalist. Okay, almost agnostic. Right,
Yeah.
science is God, meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, he's a bass man saying something like this, like, what's going on here? The thing is that, well, he gets married, they have 9 kids, and
9.
9 kids. There was no
Ooh.
Netflix back then. Anyway, didn't say that.
Okay.
Anyway, so in 1897, when he's 33 years old, one of his kids, Raimundo, he has meningitis. Okay,
Mhm.
and he is going to be by his son for months and months and months and years and years and years. From meningitis, he survives, but he's not okay. Nevertheless, at the end, he is going to die. His son is going to die 5 years later.
Oh.
And this is the moment where he starts doubting his own doubts. Meaning,
What?
well, science didn't help his son. Science is not God.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of strange. The thing is that meanwhile, he becomes the dean of the University of, the mega top leader of the University of Salamanca.
Well, we have to know Salamanca is supposed to be in the top 3 of the oldest universities in the entire world. So
Yeah.
it was a big.
I mean, there we go. I mean,
day.
we're not talking a tiny little university. We're talking the university where Fray Luis de Leon has been a teacher. Some of the most.
Yes, we're talking about the university.
The university in Spain. I mean, and even today, Salamanca is so well known thanks to its university. A lot of foreign students, they come to Salamanca.
Absolutely, yeah.
To study. Okay, so it's still one of the top Spanish universities. The thing is that at this moment, Spain, it's super difficult and it's horrible. In 1898, Spain will lose our last colonies. Okay? We're going to lose Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. Okay, like all of them disappear.
Sorry, I missed that. We're talking about the very end of the 1800s, right?
There we go. So at this moment in Spain, there's this the end of the empire. That's it. We don't have any more colonies. We are nothing. So there's like a depression in Spain, and all of these things, in the rest of the world, in the rest of Europe, all of the monarchies fading. Here we have the Carlist Wars, succession wars for a monarchy that we don't want. It's very complicated. And in 1923, we have our first dictator.
1993?
1923, sorry.
23, okay.
23, thank you. When we talk about dictators in Spain, everybody thinks about Franco, but we're going to have one before, okay? We're going to have Primo de Rivera, another son of a gun, okay? So
he was the founder of the Falangist party, right?
So another fascist. Yeah. So the thing is that Miguel de Unamuno, he cannot take all of this violence, he cannot take all of this, and he confronts Primo de Rivera. 1 year later, when Primo de Rivera is in his prime as a dictator, unfortunately, Miguel de Unamuno has to exile and he goes to Paris. Okay, and in Paris, he writes a lot about the essence of Spain and what Spain should be and what his beliefs are. Okay,
just him or also his family?
His family, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
So at the end, in 1930, he returns. Well, he has lived in Paris and died in France. Okay, he returns in 1930, and Primo de Rivera, he comes once Primo de Rivera is finished. Okay, so now the left wing are taking over Spain, but they're doing also a mess. 1936, the Spanish Civil War starts, and
Let me,
In this,
Francisco, just add here that gap time frame that you mentioned between 1930 and 36 was a very convulsive time in Spanish politics. They were the left wing got over that dictatorship, and there were constant elections with coalitions of left-wing parties winning the elections. But there was a time that those coalitions they couldn't stand anymore. It was like a house of cards, right? And then the moment one trembles, the whole thing goes down. And that was, the beginning of the Spanish Civil War. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Francisco.
no,
If
no,
you,
no. Thank you for putting all of this in context.
yeah, that's right.
So
Thank you.
at this moment, he is the dean of the University of Salamanca.
Mm-hmm.
And when Franco troops they take over Salamanca, he says one of the big sentences in the Spanish history. He says, "Venceréis, pero no convenceréis," which means you will win, but you will never convince people. And that's what happened. Right?
You will win, but will never convince.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's very powerful. That's one of the big, big, big sentences in our history. Okay?
Absolutely.
So the thing is that he will die that same year. Okay, so 1936, the Spanish Civil War starts, and he will die in 1936 in December. Okay, so he doesn't see what's going on or what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, it's a very convulsive life. Right? It's a very tumultuous life because there's a lot of changes politically, religion. So he is a philosopher in this moment of our history.
So, of everything you've said right now upon his storyline of his life, he had his doubts about religion, as you said, almost agnostic or non-believer.
Mm-hmm.
Then he also lost faith in the science because of the death of his son. Then he goes into very heavily in the target of the politicians at the time. Primo de Rivera first, then when he came over, everybody thought at the time that it was going to be a new era for New Spain with the Second Republica that came at the end of the first dictatorship. And then when the war started is when suddenly he was totally involved in that political affair that he was kind of, how can I say, not targeted, but it was in the viewpoint of all the right-wing, extreme right-wing politicians, wasn't it?
Yes, he was totally in the eye of the right wing, and his death. It is known that he died, or we believe that he died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
But some people say that he was killed. Right? But we will never know.
Yeah. Francisco, there is a movie, Spanish movie, out of a Spanish director called Amenábar, not Almodóvar, that has several Academy Awards. Amenábar has one Academy Award, but this one is about the very first steps into the country, Spain, into the Civil War, starring Penelope Cruz, okay, and a very famous Spanish actor, also Basque, Carra Alejandre, that he plays the role of Unamuno. And as far as I remember, the name of the movie in English is While at War. Okay, in Spanish is Mientras dure la guerra, but it's been translated into English with that title, While at War. I assume that it's available dubbed or with English subtitles. When I saw that movie, I couldn't believe how accurate the whole thing was. And of course, the master acting of Carra Alejandre playing Unamuno. I mean, if you see a photo of Unamuno, the way he was characterized to play the movie,
incredible.
Same, I mean, I get the goosebumps every time I think about it. But that movie reflects very much that moment, the end of that pacific but convulsive political times with the left-wing coalitions ruling the country and the war starting with the dictator Franco, just being backed up by the church, the nobility, people with money, and also the military. So, now, when you mention all this, also the movie reflects that maybe he was kind of killed? We don't know.
I think it was convenient for him to die. Let's put it that. I mean, for the regime, okay? Don't get me wrong, please. Don't get me
I'm so
wrong.
sorry,
For
please,
the
guys out
regime.
there, don't get me wrong. But I
No, it's. I mean, I think he was killed, but we'll never know.
But you found the correct words. It was convenience for him to die at that time.
It was convenient. I mean, it was like, I think you can die. So that's what they did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And Francisco, this is just a question regarding your thoughts about what do you think that that modern avant-garde philosopher and also problematic for those who could think that could create some problems. What do you think that was his legacy to the country of Spain nowadays?
Wow. Well, more than to the country, to the world. Okay, to the world of philosophy.
Okay. Much better.
He was.
Yeah.
No, the thing is that he was a genius. Okay, let me give you one sentence of him. Okay, it's in Spanish, so I have translated it, so the words might not be perfect. For example, talking about the existence of God. If we knew 100% that God existed, would we have faith?
Whoa. Oh.
So the thing is that
it's mind blowing.
It's mind blowing. Guess what he knew? What he said the answer. No, we would not have faith. We would have knowledge.
Knowledge.
Conocimiento. We would know the existence of God. We would not have faith.
What a thing.
Faith is what moves forever any human has been moved by faith.
Maybe because some people say that faith is something intangible.
There we go. You go to the Incas, to the Mayas, the Native Americans, Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Buddhists, Jewish, Christians, Muslims. God, something bigger. Let's not put God as a Christian thing. Okay? He is Christian, okay? Because he's been born in the Basque Country in Spain, and we're Roman Catholics. Fine, okay. But if we knew for sure that God exists, we would not have faith because we would know that it exists. So we would not have created the pyramids. We would have not created cathedrals. The origin of creation is the knowledge that we don't know if God exists.
And I thought I was having a hard day. My goodness.
I mean, think that he's coming from rationalism. Science is God.
Yeah.
That's what he is going to give to the world. He is going to allow philosophers to doubt what they say. He says, we don't have to be right or wrong. No. And in fact, he says that science and faith need to work, fight together. Science tells us that death is the end, right? So we know that when you die, that's it.
Yeah.
Faith, and he uses a very beautiful word, whispers at us that the essence, our personal essence, remains. And our personal essence, it's love, it's friendship, it is all what we do, what we leave behind in others. Isn't that beautiful? He's not doubting faith and he's not doubting science.
It makes you think, you know?
Well,
I think that's the purpose.
He's a great philosopher. He makes us like, what did you say? It's like, oh my God, he makes you question things. One of the things he said about this fight between science and faith, he says, if science wins, and there's no faith in all of this, if only science wins, science is only going to go by percentages and average and all of these, we are going to become pure capitalism. It's just money, me, now.
Well, practically is what it is now in most of the world, isn't it?
Well, but what if faith wins?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was
If
just
faith
about to
wins
rectify myself.
only, but if only faith wins, we become fanatics.
Well, that is happening as well.
But that's where the world is right now. You're here or here. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't work. It works the middle. They need to fight. They need to confront. We, in today's society, that's what he has given us. He's telling us, talk, share, communicate. It's a paradox. It's okay to like money and to like God. You can be with both ideas. I mean, he is mind-blowing. I mean, when you think about him today, it's like, oh my God, we are right there. We're in that moment. It's incredible. So the thing, what he believes is that our own personal presence, our own essence, what makes you, Jorge, unique, it's a divine intervention. It is the result of your history, your heritage, everything. The way you look at things in the world, it's unique. I don't see the things the way you do. What you see right now, I don't see it. What I feel right now, you don't feel it. So we are all individuals. And this takes us to politics, because we are all individuals, okay? We are all different. We are unique. But this moment when he is working, he's alive, we have to think that in 1848, Karl Marx creates the Communist Manifest. In 1917, when he is working big time, it is when the Russian Revolution takes place and it's the first communist state. And communist says that we're all the same. So are we all the same? Should we all be treated the same? He's questioning these thoughts that the extreme left wing in Spain wants to bring. And Unamuno, you're with us. And he's like, no, I'm not with the right wing, but I'm not with extreme rights, and I'm not with extreme lefts. No, doesn't make sense. So it's such everything in his career comes to what we are, the essence of the uniqueness of the person. Even when he talks about death, right? When he talks about death, he says, I don't fear physical death. I fear the death of people forgetting who I am.
Wow, really?
So he battles for personal immortality. Don't we all?
Untangible.
And something untangible.
Wow.
Imagine when you think about, I don't want to be forgotten. I mean, we should never be forgotten. Every time we talk about your mother who has passed, or your aunt who has passed, or my grandfather who has passed, we are not forgetting them. They're here with us. So the essence of the person stays with us. He says, obviously, when he says something like this, it's like the religion, they were like, you're a spiritual egoist. I mean, it's like, come on, you're kidnapping the essence of death. And he's like, no. He says, you might be right, but maybe you're not. So he doubts what he's saying, which I think is beautiful. And what he said, it's in this essence, okay? For example, who do we know more? Miguel de Cervantes? Or do we know better Don Quixote? Who is more alive?
Wow, That is a good question. I mean, because of us, our job, we are playing with a little bit of advantage because we need to know both parts of the
Yes.
history. But if you just say that question out of from the cold,
In the
just like
world?
out of from the blue to the world, it would be obviously the book Don Quixote.
Yes. I mean, who do we know more? Romeo and Juliet or Shakespeare? So what is the
Yeah,
essence? What is immortality?
yeah.
It's like, wow. So he really questions a lot of things. He really questions everything. And especially, he questions Spain. This is a moment, as we said, 1898, Spain loses
Yeah.
its colonies, and there's a big depression. All of our writers and intellectuals, they're like, what should we do?
Mhm.
Where should we go from here? Okay,
Let
is
me
when
let me just say that we lost in the same year Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippine Islands. That was in
the Philippines.
1898. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah,
it was
so
a
it was
huge big thing for the country.
suddenly we become nothing more,
Nothing.
not anymore than empire. So all the lights of Spain fade. So
Mm,
some intellectuals, what they say, we need to go through Europe and we need to go modernization and industry and globalization, and we all
mhm,
have to be the same.
yeah.
And he's like, no, the essence. We
Yeah.
need to look for the essence of Spain. What makes Spain unique is what is going to make Spain survive.
You know, Francisco, after everything you've said today, I think I'm gonna need to find if I have any sleeping pills because you're giving me
No, no, it's a
a lot of
very.
things to think about it, you know?
I mean, preparing for this podcast, I'm like, oh my god,
Oh,
I'm like, my head is like,
yeah, I mean, we agreed that you were gonna have the leading voice in this, and obviously I've done my little
yeah.
well. But yeah, I mean, your extension of this research I have made, just just left me a couple of things just speechless. It's something to think really very very much about it. Yeah, wow.
But I
You
mean,
know,
isn't it?
Francisco, that in Salamanca is what you said. I mean, his legacy in Salamanca is huge. That's why he's so popular, not only on the scholar year but also in summer courses
Yeah,
because there is people and young people from all of and professors from all over the world that they come to do those occasional summer courses. And if I believe that anywhere in the world regarding the academic world, if you say that you have studied or you have implemented some classes in Salamanca, you get like an extra big
yeah.
point
It's like, oh,
on your resume, right?
yeah. And it has to do a lot with him, with Miguel de Unamuno. He
Yeah,
was such a great person. And to me, coming from our jobs, okay,
yeah.
coming about uh, tourism, we see Spain through the eyes of all of you guys. So with all of our listeners, we see Spain through you. And everybody says that what makes Spain is the essence of Spain. It is how loud we are, how joyful we are, how
We're
but
not loud. Come on.
we're not. But that is what Miguel Unamuno is saying. He's
Yeah.
saying we don't have to deny globalization. We don't have to be behind in industry, but we can never ever lose the essence of Spain,
Mm.
the core,
Yeah.
what the light we have inside of us. That's what we need to bring out, and that's what Miguel Unamuno is all about. I mean, he was really an amazing, amazing guy. Complicated, and as you said, when you come to study here to Salamanca, what a lot of people come is to doubt, to have the
Mm.
permission to doubt, and to have the permission to, especially today. I think it makes so much sense, his philosophy today. Today, we are, if you're right wing, you're right wing. If you're left wing, you're left wing. And Miguel de Unamuno said, this is good and this is good. If you go too much to the right, it's wrong. If you go too much to the left, it's wrong. Let's find the middle point. We can have conversations, we can talk, we can share. So questioning absolutely everything, even what you say, it is. the Miguel de Unamuno legacy, which I think it's magnificent. And especially if we talk about a city like Salamanca. I mean, Salamanca, the city, it's beyond. It's a city that it has two magnificent churches, the plaza. It's a place to visit.
Two cathedrals.
I mean, it's a city to visit and learn about Miguel de Unamuno and the whole thing. And I know there's one very good way to go to visit Salamanca. Is it, Jorge?
That's right. The visit to Salamanca is included in my tour, which is called Madrid and Imperial Cities. And we do make a day visit to Salamanca from Madrid. Many people will say, "Oh, it's far away," but it's perfectly doable, right? And we have a visit. Unfortunately, I cannot promise if we visit the university. The university is limited in the number of days of visiting, and second, the only part that you can visit is the library, which is fantastic. It's amazing. But anyway, because of the scholar years, they don't have a set timing to visit. You have to pre-book in advance, and even though you still don't have the 100% guarantee that you're going to visit, because something could change at the very end. Okay, so yes, thank you for mentioning that, Francisco. Yeah, we're going to Salamanca in one of the days that we are in the Madrid and the Imperial Cities tour. That could be found. It could be found, in my website, travelingwithjorge.com. The dates will be there. Here I am, just all waiting for you all.
So yes, I want to go to Salamanca. What a beautiful town.
The gastronomy in Salamanca, talking about a little bit about the tour, if you allow me. The gastronomy is unique from the area. Lamb, piglet as well, pork products, vegetables. Oh my God, grains. They have all kind of grains. Is the upper part of the Castilian plateau. We have two parts. One is from Madrid to the south, known as La Mancha, the flatland, and then we have the upper plateau, which is also a plateau a little bit more hilly, and that's where Salamanca is. It's a beautiful place, worth visiting, and yes, if you want to make it, here I am.
Okay, Jorge. So I think we have our brains like hoo-ha today.
Francisco, this was a very dense chapter, wasn't it?
It was a dense chapter today. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Questioning everything. So I was like,
absolutely. Yeah.
What an interesting person.
Thank you so much, Francisco, for everything, for your input, your knowledge, and all this, sharing it with us. And guys out there, we are going to be here again next week with another episode, another very interesting topic. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please thumbs up. That helps immensely. And if you are listening on audio in any of the audio platforms around the world, just share, subscribe. That is the only thing and the best thing, Francisco, about all this, asking our listeners, our loyal people, to subscribe and thumbs up. You know what's the best part of that?
What is it?
It is for free. It doesn't cost you anything to.
No, it doesn't cost anything, guys. So give us a thumb up.
Subscribe or
share,
to give the thumb up. Okay. Well, Francisco, thank you so much, and I will see you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Adiós, amigos.
As usual, we want to thank all our listeners for being there every week, letting us sharing our talks. Follow us in Spanish Loops in Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or your favorite platform.
And in Instagram, you can find us as the Spanish Loops Podcast, no spaces, all together. If you want to find us the quickest way, just Google Spanish Loops Podcast and you will find us. Hasta la vista, amigos.
See you next week.